My caloric intake is surprisingly below the 2,000 calories a day normal daily intake. My saturated fat intake is 1 gram above the limit of 22 grams. According to the Vitamins and Minerals report, I am below the limit on potassium, magnesium, vitamin D, and choline. This is more than likely due to my lactose intolerance and my food choices that day. I am over my protein limit for the day by 1.5 ounces. However, I do lift heavy weights and need the protein for muscle recovery. Minerals are important for the body in that they influence hormones, red blood cell production, and other bodily functions. According to Ansbach, Hammark, and Rosado 2011, for example, sodium and potassium affect shifts in bodily fluids. Calcium and phosphorus contribute to the body's structure. Iron is a core of hemoglobin, an oxygen-carrying compound in the blood. And iodine facilitates production of thyroxine, a hormone that influences metabolic rate. However, certain minerals are toxic if consumed in excess. Vitamins are important to digestion, nutrient absorption, and even helping our metabolism. There are also vitamin-mineral interactions such as vitamin C and iron, vitamin D and calcium, and thiamine and magnesium according to our textbook. Vitamins come in water and fat-soluble form. Careful handling and cooking helps to preserve potency for better health. Some vitamins are antioxidant and help to neutralize free radicals that can damage our bodies. Eating a rainbow of colors in fruits and vegetables helps ensure proper health. One source of vitamin D that was not mentioned, mushrooms. I eat a lot of mushrooms to increase my vitamin D level to compensate for living fairly far north above the line that determines proper D intake from sunshine. Carbohydrates are our energy source. Complex carbs come from whole grains, veggies, fruits, and beans, or legumes, and help to provide sustained energy. Conversely, quick carbs come from sugar and white flour products, which is bleached flour that must be enriched with nutrients, and they provide a quick energy for a limited time and a crash later. Look at the ingredients list and go for bread that has a list of actual grains in it. Protein is necessary for muscle recovery. According to Ansbach, Hammark, and Rosado 2011, because of their unique chemical structures, proteins contain the basic materials that help the body form muscles, bones, cartilage, skin, antibodies, some hormones, and all enzymes, page 178. Legumes mentioned in carbohydrates are also a great source of proteins. They are a 2-for-1. Fiber is necessary in the diet to help slow digestion, leading to that steady energy from carbs. It also helps with constipation as fiber is not absorbed. Fat is essential in the diet because it is a part of all cells, is a source of energy after the carbs have been burned, and helps to absorb fat-soluble vitamins. It's Ansbach, Hammark, and Rosado 2011. Without enough fat in the body, a woman will cease menstruating. There is no mention of the effect of too little body fat on men, so I looked it up. The medical complications of a very low body fat involve almost every body function and include the cardiovascular, endocrine, reproductive, skeletal, gastrointestinal, renal, and central nervous systems, with the possibility to develop conditions such as heart damage, gastrointestinal problems, shrinkage of internal organs, immune system abnormalities, disorders of the reproductive systems, loss of muscle tissue, damage to the nervous system, abnormal growths, and even death. According to Body Composition, Information, and FAQs sheet, Note 8. A human body is made up of more than 50% water. It is an essential part of everything our bodies do in order to live. From digestion to excretion and everything in between, without water we would die in a very short amount of time. Water helps to facilitate chemical reactions within us, cools us off when we sweat, lubes our joints so we can move freely, assists our breathing by keeping our lungs moist, and helps to nourish our cells and oxygenate them via our own bloodstream. Part 2. I was surprised to learn that my saturated fat levels were a little high at 23 grams, even though I never buy ground beef below 80% lean, and I very rarely eat much dairy. Plus, I always thoroughly drain the grease from the pan. My dietary habits change from day to day, but this one day shows me that I need to pay closer attention to my portions of meat and grains, and that I need to increase my consumption of calcium-rich foods. Since my diet changes daily, depending upon how I feel, I may get fewer servings or more servings of the recommended food groups. What might increase my health risk is my inattention to my red meat consumption. A higher level of saturated fat coupled with family history of high cholesterol puts me at risk for heart disease due to atherosclerosis. One way that I can improve my diet is to lower my intake of red meat so that I can lower my saturated fat intake. I also need to increase my consumption of whole grains and non-dairy sources of calcium. By paying more attention to my portions and using the Super Tracker, I can assure my risk reduction of prevalent chronic diseases.